Who would like to tell us what that first page was about?
We're using published articles to get across to children how to structure our own writing.
Excellent. What other keywords has the author used to show us he's talking about their habitat?
It structures the writing that the children can emulate, but also it gives them the content information that they need to then be able to compose their own piece of writing. The way we've brainstormed the ideas that have been presented in the story looks like a web, and they all link together into the title.
Reading this article, we've identified several subtopics that the author has given us information about.
The children can then go away and research from other sources of information, but it gives them that basic structure to start with. All learners, no matter what their literacy abilities are able to engage in this lesson. They're able to benefit from identifying the structure, using that structure to compose their own text. They're starting to identify the way the author composes their text. They're then able to use that to write more coherent writing samples. Let's read your title together. New Zealand Sea Lions. Great start. Now the reader knows what they're going to be reading about. We are letting them in on a secret that all writers follow a set of guidelines or structure about their piece of writing. As they become more experienced with it, they realise that usually an article will start off with explaining what it is that they're talking about. So what were the subtopics included in this particular article, and how can we use those subtopics to then go across and research a different topic? What information would we need to be looking for to include in our article, and where could we source that information?
What is your question that you're going to ask?
I don't know yet.
I'll give you some thinking time, then I'm going to come back and listen. Okay?
When I went around to conference with the children, the main point at that stage was to check that they were aware what information as authors they needed to get across to the reader under particular subtopics. What would you like to use for your book? A question, some interesting facts, or a sound word? A question. Excellent. I've noticed the children's comprehension of text has increased. They're more aware of what components should be included in a particular article or narrative, and they can hear those components being addressed as they're reading. They are then able to see the relationship between reading and writing quite explicitly, and going more from is our sentence making sense to is our paragraph making sense as to our whole piece of writing reading well.